and both of them actually share antenna through which the signal gets either to transmitter, it gets transmitted or it gets received. Now, most of the time when you have in this TX, you have different components like say an amplifier, a mixer, then you can have a filter, whatever it is. The system impedance is always 50 ohms. So you try to match it to 50 ohms. So now what happens is, okay, I know that my system impedance is 50 ohm, but say I have a component, say I have this RF component, which can be like, say for example, this is an amplifier. Okay. Now what will happen is that this amplifier, I will connect to 50 ohm load directly. So in case one, when I'm doing like this, what will happen? That this amplifier, what is the goal of an amplifier? I have a signal. It will try to amplify this signal. Okay. So it will have some gain G. Now that gain G is dependent on what impedance this amplifier sees. So which is again nothing but a transistor. So this amplifier will have some output impedance which is seen by the transistor. Now if this impedance, whatever this impedance is equal to 50 ohms, so reflection coefficient will be 0. But if it is non 50 ohms, then it's a problem, because then the power generated at this port won't be actually delivering to the load. And you want the power to be delivered to the load because you want to maximize the amount of signal which you are transmitting from your receiver or from your transmitter in a given system. So usually these impedances are not 50 ohms. They will be some R plus JX, some or R plus minus JX. It can be any impedance. So when there is an impedance, before going to 50 ohms, you have to match that impedance. So this will here your impedance is R plus JX. So now the question comes, how do you match it? What do you use for matching such component? And what is the application of Smith chart in that? So this black box is called matching network. Okay. You can use at output, you might also need this kind of a box at input to match it to 50 ohm, because systems are 50 in, 50 out. Okay. So now we will try to understand that what are different type of matching networks and how Smith chart is a tool which help us to synthesize those matching networks. Okay. So that's why coming back again to Smith chart. So I explained you earlier last time that there are two circles on Smith chart. The red in this thing, the red ones and the blue ones. The red circles which you see here like this and like this.
The quality of Smith chart is so bad.
Sorry?
Clearly.
Can you see the Smith chart or no?
So we can see, but the lines we can't see.
Your voice is not clear. I can't hear you what you're saying. Hello?
Yes, sir. We can't clearly see the lines in the Smith chart.
Okay. Can you see in this? Is this better?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me try to explain here, and then we can move to that writing portion. So last time we talked about it. There are two types of circles here: Z circle and Y circle. The red circles, which are mostly like, this red, then this, then this, they are called constant resistance circle, which means the impedance, the resistive part of impedance will be constant as I will move on this circle. It will be R is equal to 1. And Smith chart is normalized with Z naught. say Z naught equal to 50 ohms. So this all Smith chart will give me 50 ohms. But if you are on real axis, your imaginary part will be 0. So you will have 50 ohm at the center. As you go up, what is changing? Your admittance is changing, which means your reactive part is changing. And how you know the admittance? Admittance are given by these lines. These lines. Okay, the red lines which are coming in this direction. So if you see on this Smith chart, the upper values here 0.8, 0.9, 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, these are all admittance lines. So if I am on this circle r equal to 1 and I'm moving up and up, what I'm doing, I'm just changing the admittance of my impedance, which means my reactive part is changing. For example, here reactive part is 0, it's on real axis. When I go up, for example, let's say 0.8. So 0.8, I will go, and this is my 0.8. So this impedance will be 1 plus j 0.8. That's how I will plot the impedance. So let's, for example, let's go back here. It kind of loses its quality when I try to import it, but still, I guess this is fine. So, okay. So here, in this particular case, let's see.
Excuse me, sir. You're not sharing your screen.
Is it?
I just now, like
Yes, sir.
a second.
I think it was. I not sharing earlier also, or it
No, just like 2-3 seconds.
Oh, that's glad you guys didn't play with me and told me like after the class. Thanks for telling me now. Okay. So yeah, so I was just saying that let's try to just ask me any question, right? Because Smith chart is little complicated. That's why I want to give more time and make sure you guys are understanding it. Otherwise, सब फिर गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. Because when you will try to find online to study this, you will get confused. I'm definitely sure, because I was also very confused when I started learning it. So let me. Okay. So I guess now I can write it. Okay. So as I explained there are two things which we know about Smith chart. So mainly for the real part of an impedance, there are two circles. Okay. One is constant resistance circle, and another one is constant conductance circle. Resistance ones are given by the red color curves, and the conductance are given by blue, which means the red one are red one is Z Smith chart. This is Z Smith chart is red one, and Y Smith chart, admittance Smith chart, is blue one. Then imaginary part also has two things. With resistance, it's always admittance. Oh, sorry, not admittance. With resistance, it's always reactance, and that is given by red. And then the second part with reactance, imaginary part for a so this you will have this will be called, say, R plus JX, and this will be Y. Y is 1 over Z. Okay, so that will be something, say, A plus JB. Okay, then you have reactance and susceptance. That is given by blue. So if you see here, now you for a given impedance, say Z is equal to 100 plus J50. So step 1, you will divide it by 50 to get normalized impedance. So this becomes 2 plus J1. So now first we have to identify where is R equal to 2. So the center of the Smith chart is R equal to 1. So this point is my center of Smith chart, r equal to 1. R equal to 2 is 0.2 gap, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, 2. This is my R is equal to 2. If you guys have your Smith chart, just check in there. This is R equal to 2. Okay. So now I know what my R is. Now I have to find J, and the value of reactance is 1. So let's try to find J equal to 1 circle. So this is J equal to 2, J equal to 1.8, 1.6, 1.4, 1.2, 1.1. So this one is J is equal to, this is the reactance is J1. Okay. So basically what I have to do, I have to move on R equal to 2 circle until I intersects J is equal to 1. And J equal to 1 यहाँ से देखोगे. This is J equal to 1. Tuk, 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 tuk. This. So this impedance is 2 plus J. Z1 is equal to 2 plus J. Okay, let me give you another example, and then we will also try to plot Y. Like J, we will also plot Y because J and Y can be used interchangeably. So usually you can stick to one. You can either do convert everything into Z or convert everything into Y Smith chart. Depend on you. Just you can choose any one of those. I usually do everything on Z because then it's convenient. So let me just place this. Okay. So let's say let's take another example. Okay. Let's say Z. Same example. Z is equal to 2 plus J, or my capital Z was 100 plus J50. Okay. Now, if I know my capital Z, I can normalize and I can get my normalized impedance. So what will be my normalized Y? That will be 1 upon normalized Z is equal to 1 over 2 plus J. So how much this will be? Let me, so 1 divided by 1 plus 2J, 1 divided by 1 plus 2 times J. Sorry. What the heck? Okay, 1 divided by 1 plus 2J. So this is 0.2 minus 0.4I. Okay. So let me say Y is equal to, where is my menu card now? That's strange. Okay. I hate this thing. So once you will calculate Y, so you know your Z. So you can calculate two way, right? One is I usually normalize it and convert it. So say Z was this, Z naught is 50 ohms. Normalize Z is equal to 1 plus J, sorry, 2 plus J. Then normalize Y is equal to 1 over normalize Z is equal to, what did we find? 0.2 minus 0.4. Okay. 0.2 minus 0.4. Okay. So now let's try to plot this. We saw how we plotted Z on Smith chart. Let's try to see how can we use Y Smith chart to plot the admittance on the Smith chart. Okay. So let me bring my Smith chart here. So we are plotting 0.2 minus j 0.4. Okay. So see, the Z increases towards right. Your impedance increases towards right. So you again, this was Z equal to 1, and then impedance is increasing in this direction. R increases. For Y decreases in that direction and Y increases in this direction. So Y is increasing in this direction. So now it says 0.2. So 0.1, 0.2. This is my Y circle. Blue is my Y circle. As I explained you earlier, Z red circles, Y blue circles. Simple. Okay. Now let's go. We founded what is my admittance circle, which is here, 0.2. Now my reactance is 0.4, and always remember, right, for impedance, the inductive part was this, capacitive part was this. This was always plus J50 plus J1 plus J2 plus J1.2 and so on. For my admittance, this is my negative part, and below 1 will be my positive part, because Z is 1 by Y, Y is 1 by Z. So if it is 1 over J1, that will become minus J. So now minus 0.4 will be on the top. So let's spot 0.4. So here it's 0.2, the blue one, 0.3. This curve here is 0.4. Okay. So what I will do, I will move on this. And here Y is equal to 0.2. So I will move on this. And this will be my 0.2 minus J 0.4. Now let's try to see the same thing from Z perspective. Z was 2 plus J. Okay. So 2 was here. That looks wrong to me. Let me see if just 1 second. So J is equal to 1 was here. They should actually coincide. Are you sure this was 0.2 minus 0.4? 0.2 minus 0.4. That's the admittance. 0.2 minus 0.4. Let's check here in this Smith chart. So 0.2 minus 0.4. Yeah, so that should be 50 plus J100. Let's do again 2 plus J1. So 2 impedance 2 on my red Smith chart is somewhere here, which is not visible again. And J2, oh, I see what's the problem. It was, I think we did one mistake and you guys didn't pointed it out. It's 2 plus J. So it's 200 plus J50. That's 0.4 minus 0.2. This is wrong. You guys should have pointed it out. I did a mistake. This is not the impedance. If you do 1 over Z, which is equal to 1 over 2 plus J, that is equal to 0.4 minus 0.2. Okay. So वही रहेगा. I think our Z circle is the same. No, Z circle is 0.4 now. So ये वाला circle. So we will come here. Now it will make sense. So this is my 0.4 circle and minus 0.2. So let's try to find where is 0.2. So 0.2 is here. So this will be my impedance. This will be my Y is equal to 0.4 minus J 0.2. Or if you look at Z circle, this is nothing but 2 plus J. Both will be same. Both should be same. If they are not same, it means you screwed it up. So this is J. And then this part is 2. So this in terms of Z, this is 2 plus J. Is this clear or I should repeat? Please tell me now.
Sir, repeat once more.
Okay, let's repeat because better to repeat it because it kind of got messy here. So let's open another. Sorry, man, it's kind of pain doing online. I wish, if you have a whiteboard, it's become easier, or when you are in person. But let's try again. Okay, let's take another impedance, right? We don't have to take the same impedance. So let's say Z is equal to, give me a number, say 20 plus, let's say 25, otherwise it will be a problem when divide. 25 plus J50. Okay, so Z normalized is equal to 25 plus J50 divided by 50. So this is what? 1 by 2, 0.5 plus J1. This is my impedance. So the question is how we have to plot this impedance on Smith chart. Okay, so let's first plot Z and then we will do Y. Otherwise it mixes up and then it gets confusing. So for Z, it's very clear. First, you have to identify where is Z is equal to 0.5 Smith chart, 0.5 circle. Okay, so Z is equal to 0.5 circle. So center is 1 and R decreases when we move to left. So this is 1 and R decreases. So 0.1, 0.9, 0.8, 7, 6, 5. So this is the R is equal to 0.5. Okay. Now it says 0.5. How much was it? 0.5 plus J1. Okay, so for J1 you have to, as you know, the reactance is positive in upper direction, reactance is minus in negative direction. So J1 is we figured it, this is J1. Okay, 1, 1.2, 1.4, 0.8. So this is J1. So let's go on this. Let's just draw this. ठीक है, और 0.5 है ये. So let's go on the constant R circle. Constant R circle is always move clockwise on the, which is shown by the red color. So where they intersect, this is my impedance, 0.5 plus J1. So this is this is my impedance, Z bar. Now the same question, maybe I will take another Smith chart and show you that. In the same question, now it's your same impedance, 25 plus J50, but now you have to find admittance. You plot this impedance using Y circles. So again, Z is equal to 25 plus J50. तो तुम्हारा Z पता लग गया तुम्हें, 0.5 plus J1. Now your what will be your Y? Y will be 1 over Z. So this is 1 over 0.5 plus J1. So 1 over 0.5 plus J1. 0.4 minus 0.8. So this is 0.4 minus J 0.8. ठीक है, तो अब वापस let's bring a Smith chart here and then try to follow Y Smith chart. ठीक है, shoot, I don't want this crap. Okay, so 0.4, again, try to look for, if you guys have Smith chart, now try to look for Y circles, which are blue one, and try to find where is 0.4. That will be your constant conductance circle. So 0.4, we will not see red circle, we will see blue circles, and blue decreases here. So 1.9, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4. So this is my 0.4. Okay, 0.4y, this circle. And now it says 0.4 minus 0.8. Okay, so for negative 0.8, what we will do, we will try to identify constant admittance circle. तो कांस्टेंट जो हमारा रिएक्ट जो दिस ससेप्टेंस है इसका, दैट इज नेगेटिव in upper part of the Smith chart because Z is positive in the upper part of the Smith chart. So 0.8, let's see this blue ones, these ones. So this is 1 and it decreases this side. So 0.9, 0.8, this is 0.8. Okay. So I will try to first make this. And then I will move on this circle. So this will be my y is equal to 0.4 minus 0.8. अब अगर आप दोनों को कंपेयर करो, this and this, they are exactly at the same point. So this you were using z circles, here you are using y circle, but it's the same impedance. You can use the same impedance to basically plot the impedance either in Z domain or in Y domain. Got it? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, this is easy part. I mean, this is something which anyone can do, a high school student also. Now when we know how to plot, let's take another example. Say Z, I just want to take last example and then move on, was 100 minus J50. So this will be 2 minus J1. Okay, so let's do it fast. So 2, which side? Right side. So this actually is 1.8, this is Z equal to 2. Okay. Yeah. So again, I know it might not be visible properly, but this is Z equal to 1 and Z equal to 2 is here. So I will move on. Now I am plotting Z. So I have to move on constant R circle like this. So this is my constant R circle and J1. So now I will go bottom of the Smith chart because it's negative. So J1 is here and I will just plot this first. And this is my Z equal to 2. So this impedance is my 2 minus J1. And now if you know a normalized impedance, say somebody gives you 1 minus J1, your actual impedance is 50 minus J50. Because you can just divide, multiply it by 50. So this is the basic how you plot and given impedance on a Smith chart, whether it is Z or Y. And you will be needing both when you design matching network, depending on what type of a network it is, you will be using both of them. So now we will move to matching elements. So क्या होता है कि basically what happens is that you can actually take any given component, okay, or a combination of elements. So what are matching networks? So as you know, as I explained, like, you know, how we took an example of 2 minus J. Okay. So say my impedance seen by my PA or my transistor is this. And what I want to do, I want to match it to 50 ohms. So if I want to match it to 50 ohms, I will need a matching network. So there are different types of matching networks. Matching can be done by majorly they are classified into two categories. One is the lumped matching networks. Another one are distributed matching networks. In the lumped matching networks, you have L and C. Distributed, you have transmission line and you can use that transmission line either in series or in shunt. Shunt means parallel. Similarly, L can be in series, L can be in shunt, C can be in series, and C can be in shunt. Which means, like, if L is in series, it's like this, and say C is in shunt, this is shunt means it is grounded. Similarly, C can be in series, L can be shunted. Similarly, what you can do, you can have series L, parallel, series C, parallel C. So there can be different type of matching topologies जो we can use for matching a given impedance to 50 ohms. Now, how to know which one to use and when to use? Let's discuss that. Okay. So let me go back to now slides. By the way, I uploaded the slides on Google Drive. Did you guys get it or no? Hello? Did you guys get the slides? I uploaded the lectures on the Google Drive. Or nobody checked? Can someone check and let me know? Just let me know if you have access or not. I'm not sure because it's the same folder where I uploaded the first lecture. Hello?
Sir, we are checking. Yes, sir.
Is there, right? Deepak?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ठीक है, good. Okay. So let me go to the matching part now. So we did discuss this. Okay. Let's try to understand what is written here. So it says adding a series L moves impedance in clockwise direction along circle of constant resistance. Okay, which means we by now we know that constant resistance circles are these. Okay. And constant reactance circles are these. Then I have my constant in this it is not showing, but then you have constant conductance circles and constant susceptance circles. So first thing it is saying adding series L move impedance in clockwise direction along circle of constant resistance. So this is the circle of constant resistance. So it is saying if I add a series inductance, so what is the inductance of a series L? XL is equal to j omega L, which means it is a positive impedance first of all, and that impedance value is basically, if I add series L, I have my R fixed. What I'm changing, I'm just changing the j omega L term along with it. So for example, 50 plus j 50, 50 plus j 100, 50 plus j 25, and so on. So any series element of inductance we add, it will always move. It will always move clockwise. Okay, on a constant resistance circle. Just keep this thing in your mind very clearly, because this will be very handy when you are doing questions. Okay. Now that's one thing. What happens when we have a series C? Oh my God, who is coming now? Okay, I don't know. When you are adding series C is what? 1 over j omega C, right? 1 over 2 pi fc is your xc. So that's what negative. It's a negative reactance. So negative is on the bottom part. So it means it is capacitive. Okay, so you will use a capacitor. But when you add a series C, your impedance moves again on the constant resistance circle, but in anti-clockwise direction. Series L, clockwise direction on constant resistance circle. Series C, anti-clockwise direction in constant resistance circle. Because why is it anti-clockwise? Because it's capacitive. Capacitive gives negative reactance. Inductance give positive reactance. So depending on that, it decides whether impedance will increase in positive part or increase in negative part. And depending on that, it will move clockwise or anti-clockwise. Similarly, there is parallel L and parallel C, which is also called as shunt L and shunt C. So shunt L. Now, if then inductance is in shunt, it means XL is equal to J 2 pi FL, and if it is in shunt, it will be 1 over that impedance. So basically, what is happening is your in case of shunt L, if it is 1 over J, your impedance of your inductance will actually, anything in shunt will always move on constant conductance circle. Why? Because if it becomes parallel, if it becomes shunt, then you are actually going to 1 over Z, and 1 over Z is usually what? Admittance, right? 1 over Z is Y. So Y has conductance circle and susceptance circle. Impedance has resistance circle and reactance circle. So if you have a shunt or a parallel element, you can have a parallel L and a parallel C. Of course, as your inductance, your again, now you see you have a L, so J 2 pi FL, 1 over J 2 pi FL. If it is like that, then it means your Y, if you calculate your Y for a shunt L, your impedance will move on a constant admittance, constant conductance circle. For shunt C, it will move on a constant conductance circle, but on a anti-clockwise direction. So keep these things in mind and try to digest this, that why it is series L, why it is series C, why it is shunt L, and why it is shunt C, and why it moves on a constant conductance circle. Just read it once. I will take a pause here and let you first try to digest it, because it's important for when we start doing numerical problem, this becomes very critical. And if you have any doubt, ask me now.
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir, repeat again, sir, once again.
Okay. So let me go here. Okay. So as it says, there are 4 things: series L, okay, then series C, shunt L, and shunt C. Shunt means parallel. This is shunt C, this is shunt L. So when it is series L, your impedance is J omega L, right? Shunt C, it's 1 over J omega C, which is minus J over omega C. Okay. Now, when you have a shunt L, you are basically going 1 over this impedance, because it's in parallel. So you instead of Z, you use Y. So your Y will be 1 over your whatever your series L impedance is. Okay. And similarly in the shunt, similarly will be the case for the shunt C case. So if it is say 1 over J omega L, this becomes J goes over J over omega L. Okay, J minus J over omega L. So for shunt C, again it's 1 over this, so this actually becomes J omega C. Now remember, in the Smith chart, R जो था और जो X था, they were positive in this part of the Smith chart, and R was and X, they were negative in this part of the Smith chart. Okay, for the Y Smith chart, the Y is negative, reactance part or the imaginary part is negative in the upper part of the Smith chart, and it's positive in the bottom part of the Smith chart. ठीक है? तो जो series L होगा, the series L basically what will series L do? J omega L. So both series L and C will move on constant R circle. So say this is my constant R circle. Okay, on the Smith chart. So for series L, you will move clockwise. Why? Because impedance will increase. So you, for example, started at 50 ohms, then say, and here is your J coming in, right? This is J1, for example. Then this will be your J2. Okay. Now here will be your J.5. So this will be your J.5. So impedance is what? Increasing, like 50 plus J25, 50 plus J50, 50 plus J100. So if you are doing series L, your impedance is increasing. So series L will always move clockwise. ठीक है, समझ में आई ये बात? तो series L will move clockwise. This will move clockwise. This is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yes, sir. Right? Now let's take series C. अब series C में क्या होगा? It's negative first of all, right? So you are here again. You have this constant R circle, है ना? Now your this is J equal to 1 and then the J equal to 2 and so on, right? So if it is negative, what will happen? Same thing, 50, and then your impedance will keep increasing. So basically what happens is, this is say minus J1, this is minus J2. So this will be 50 minus J50, this will be 50 minus J100. So if you go in this direction, right? If you go in this direction, it will be series C. Okay. So for series, it's clear that if you move clockwise, it will be series L. If you move anti-clockwise, it's your series C. ठीक है? Similarly, अब shunt में क्या होगा? Let's take example of shunt L. So in shunt L, remember, this is my constant conductance circle. Okay. So now, and for admittance, my admittance walks like this. Okay. So for admittance, this upper part is the negative part. So say, for example, this is 1, right? So when I will move from here, from my admittance, if I move this way, I am going first of all negative. Okay. And again, as I mentioned, the negative part will increase this side. So this will be my shunt L. So shunt L will move counterclockwise. Series L will move clockwise, but shunt L will move on a constant conductance circle. Similarly, shunt C क्या होगा? वो positive होगा, and that positive will also increase. So shunt C will move in this direction. ठीक है, which is shunt C. So what is written there is this, that the shunt C, adding parallel C, moves impedance admittance in clockwise direction along circle of constant conductance. So it is moving in impedance into the constant conductance circle. This is clockwise, this is anti-clockwise, this is clockwise, this is anti-clockwise. So these are the 4 things. Is it clear now? I will take another 1 minute pause here, and then everything clear? Whosoever asked the question last time, can you let me know if it is clear or not? Okay. So now moving ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. तो ये अब क्लियर हो गया. अब let's try to understand how whatever we have learned so far, what is the practical utilization of it, or how to use it for understanding some some problem. Okay, so let me give you one simple example. How much time we have left, by the way, right now?
सर 1 घंटा है शायद.
ठीक है. Okay. Okay. So let's take an example. Okay. And I want you guys to solve it along with me because that will give you a lot of clarity, and it will be slightly tough if you don't support me and don't follow me. So say I have say a load. Say Y load. I'm now just playing around, instead of Z, I'm putting Y, which is given by 12 minus J8 times 10 to the power minus 3S. Okay, these are the unit for admittance. And say I have to match it 250 ohms. Okay, I also tell you that this is my matching network. Okay, so I am using a series L and I am using a shunt C. Okay, same impedance, I have a second case where I have series C and I have shunt L. $50 ohms. Now the question is, which of the two out of the two matching networks will be able to match Y load 250 ohms? So how we will do this? And of course we need frequency. So say my frequency is 1 gig. So if you try to understand the question is, you have some, let's say you have an antenna which has some admittance given by 12 minus 8J, and you have to select out of these two which will work, which will not. So step one will be first to mark this impedance on Smith chart. Now, can somebody tell me, if I have Y load of this, how can I find the normalized impedance to mark on Smith chart? Any idea? I want answer. How will you do it? So I know Y and I want to plot this Y on Smith chart. Tell me, how will we plot this? Nobody knows? Okay, hint. When we had a Z, we used to divide the impedance by 50 ohms. So what will happen if I am given Y?
Maybe we'll multiply.
Very good. तो जब Z था, तो to calculate normalized impedance, what I was doing, say 50 plus J50 था, है ना? तो हम लोग उसको 50 से divide करते थे, 1 plus J1, and then Y was 1 over this. Now you have been given Y. To calculate the normalized impedance to plot on Smith chart, you will calculate your Y 12 minus J8 multiply by 50. So this will become 0.6 minus j 0.9. Because this is 10 to the power minus 3. So 50 I'm multiplying it with that number. Okay. So first step will be to plot this impedance on this Smith chart. Okay, I'm just putting another thing here because it might get complicated. So 0.6 minus j 0.9 को हम पहले Smith chart पे plot करके देखते हैं where it will end up. Just give me a second. Okay. So I will give you maybe 1 minute to think where it will be. If somebody finds it out, let me know. If nobody finds it out, that's sad because I have been wasting my time and energy in trying to explain you how to plot it. So again, 0.9 minus j 0.6 minus j 0.9. You have two options. Either you can convert this into z and plot z or plot y. Up to you guys. Okay. तुम 1/, ये करके z निकाल के z प्लॉट कर सकते हो या y कर सकते हो. दोनों चीजें कर सकते हो. तो if you have to plot this, what should be the next step? 0.6 minus 0.9. .6 minus 0.9.
0.4 नहीं होगा.
हाँ जी. What were you saying? Come again.
सर y12 minus 8j था ना, तो इनको 50 किया तो 0.4 नहीं होगा सर.
नहीं, 12 5 is 60, right? तो ये 600 into 10 to the power minus 3. तो 0.6 होना. 12 5 is 60, right?
नहीं सर, 0.6 minus j 0.4.
Oh, sorry. Correct. Sorry. Good. Who was this?
Manali. Or sir, I am also plot on the Smith chart.
Okay. Good. Actually, क्योंकि मैं इसीलिए ये करा, मेरे से यहाँ गलती हुई. This was actually 18, not 8. That's why that impedance is coming different. I forgot to put 1. तो 18 के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो 8 5 40 4 1 12. इसलिए फिर वो 0.9 आया था, right? Because 18 5 क्या होगा? 90.
90.
Right?
Yes sir.
2.9. ओके. बस तुम्हारी क्लास में सीआर ही ध्यान देती है क्या?
No sir, I am not CR.
You are not CR. Oh, that's Mansa. Okay. I want more participation. People keep just sitting quietly. Either they are understanding or not understanding anything. Okay. So 0.6 minus j 0.9 आया. Okay. Now how to plot it fast? Please give me an answer, Manali, if you have plotted it. Tell me how will you plot this?
Yes sir. Sir, on the x-axis I have plot first of all 0.6. हाँ sir,
Okay.
यहाँ 1 से फिर 0.6 चलेगी.
Correct. So 0.6 is on the right? Because
Sir,
admittance.
blue one.
Yes. So
Yes.
this is 0.6. Correct. And then
And
we have
Sir,
0.9.
upper side फिर 1. हाँ sir, ये वाले blue one 0.9.
Okay. So this impedance is 0.6 minus, I should not say my y admittance. ठीक है. So this is clear how to plot this. Any doubt? Please tell me if there is any doubt. There should not be any doubt.
No sir.
Now let's go back. First case, right? First case क्या था कि we have a series C and a shunt L, right? If I go back here, we had two cases which either I can use this or I can use this. So let's first see this. We can start with this case first, okay? Or this case, whichever you want. So pehla element is series C. So first of all, what is the task? My task is that this is the impedance which I have to match to 50 ohms. Okay. तो बेसिकली इस इम्पिडेंस से मुझको 50 ohms तक जाना है. Okay, and we know this is one direction, this is one direction, and this is one direction, and this is one direction. Okay, so from, if I want to really reach to 50 ohms, how will I reach to 50 ohms? By using the elements we have seen. Okay, so you see I am already sitting on a how to say it, I'm sitting here. First element जो है मेरा impedance के बाद, that is a series element. In both cases it's a series element. Either it is a series C or it is a series L. Okay, तो अगर series element है, so I will move on what? Constant R circle. Okay, because it's a series element, but we don't know whether it is series R or it is series C. कुछ भी हो सकता है. तो पहले let's see, this was series L, this was series C, sorry. ठीक है, तो अगर मेरे को clockwise जाना है तो I will use series L, but if I have to go anti clockwise I will use series C. तो अब यहां से अगर मैं constant R circle देखता हूं, which means any constant R circle from here is basically, it will be like this, इस डायरेक्शन में होगा. तो अगर मैं यहां से इस तरफ जाता हूं, then I am actually moving into this will be what, clockwise direction. So if I go clockwise direction, then it will be series L, है ना. But अगर मैं यहां से इधर जाता हूं, then I go this way, but I have to actually reach to 50 ohms. So I have to first figure out how will I reach to 50 ohms. If I use series C, I can actually go in anti-clockwise direction on a constant R circle. So for example, हम यहाँ से ऐसे जाएंगे constant R circle पे. I can keep going. Okay. So same, I am going in this direction. So this is what direction? This is anti-clockwise direction. So this element will be my series C. Okay. Now, once I reach here, I have to go to 50 ohms. So if you see 50 ohms, this is my 50 ohm circle. If I have to move on a 50 ohm circle, from here, I will have to go in this direction. So this direction is on a constant conductance circle. Blue circle पर है. तो अगर constant conductance circle पर है ये, तो again we have two cases. One was shunt L and I had shunt C, है ना. तो if I'm going this way, this is what, anti-clockwise direction. So this will be what, shunt L, and then I reach to 50 ohms or center, which is 1. So from here I go like this on constant R circle, and then I move on constant conductance circle. Is this clear or not?
Sir, can we use series L and series C?
Okay, series L and shunt C.
Series and series C. Series capacitance, series inductance.
So you are saying this series C and series L. Okay, let's see. I don't know. So what he's saying is first element is series L, है ना? That's what you are saying, or for series C first. So if you use
first series L and then series C.
okay, if we use series L, we have to move on constant. सीरीज है तो कांस्टेंट आर सर्कल पे ही मूव करना पड़ेगा. सो लेट्स कीप मूविंग. सो कांस्टेंट आर सर्कल यहां जा रहा है इसका. Okay, so this is my constant R circle, and where I have to reach here. So let me see, there is another constant R circle, constant R, which is going here. Okay, so this is series R, and if you move like this is series C. Okay, now let me show you something. This is actually important thing you raised. So say my what was my again admittance kitna tha? How much we calculated? 0.6 minus 0.9. Okay, 0.6 minus 0.9. Okay, 0.6. This is my impedance. So let's see the first case. First case क्या था हमारा? सीरीज सी शंटल. तो सीरीज सी लिया. Oops, oh sorry, because it has moved actually. I have to put it other way around. Just 1 second. 50. Okay, so my first case is I have my this series C. Oh, this is a different impedance. That's why. 1 second. 0.6 minus j.9. 0.6 minus j.9. This is fine. So this is 25 plus j this. अच्छा ठीक है. Okay. उल्टा आएगी वैल्यू. Okay, this goes to 50. 1 second, bear with me. Okay, so this is what we did. We did series C and shuntal. Okay, this is how we matched. This was one way of doing it. So series C shuntal. I will tell you later how to calculate values of that. Now the second option is what somebody suggested was, can I use series C? Series L and series C, correct? तो अब हम series L करेंगे तो you see I am going all the way here as I was showing in Smith chart, है ना? Series L हुआ and then series C will bring me back basically. अब problem उसमें क्या है ना कि oops, sorry. So let's go back to this. So if you use series C in the first place, what is happening, or series L in the first place, you are going all the way out here. So if you use series L here, you are going all the way out. So let me just put it this way. And now from here I put series C. A problem क्या है कि your impedance will what will series C do? Series C will also move on constant admittance circle. So if you see here, where is my Smith chart? If I reached up to here, now I have to move on constant admittance circle. So technically problem उसमें क्या होगा ना, what you question asked, you will have to come back to the same point because you went all the way up to here. Okay, now if it is a series C will move you in clockwise direction. तो अब यहाँ से but the problem is you don't have any other option, you will have to move on constant R circle. तो कांस्टेंट आर सर्कल के लिए ना, अगर तुमने सीरीज एल के बाद सीरीज सी डाला ना, तुम वापस इसी लाइन पे वापस जाओगे. तो बेसिकली इफ यू हैव दिस एंड देन यू ऐड अ कैपेसिटर, तो तुम कर क्या रहे हो, जितना फेज इस इंडक्टर ने डाला था उसके फेज को तुम काट रहे हो ये एल डाल के, ये सी डाल के. तो इन दैट केस यू वोंट बी एबल टू एक्चुअली यूज सीरीज एल एंड सीरीज सी इन दिस केस, बिकॉज as we talked earlier, if there is a Smith chart, both series L and series C will move on a constant R circle. तो series L ऐसे चलेगा, series C ऐसे चलेगा. अब problem क्या है, if you have a series L, you moved until here, है ना, तुम चले यहां तक. अब इसके बाद if you have to move, and if you put another series element iske baad, you will again come back on the same circle. So that's why to move on another circle you need some kind of a shunt element. तो वो shunt element या तो ऐसे जा सकता है या वो shunt element ऐसे जा सकता है, depending on whether it is anti-clockwise or clockwise. But you cannot use two series element for matching because it just means nothing. You will have to come on the सेम स्विच, तुम्हें सेम कांस्टेंट आर सर्कल पे ही वापस आना पड़ेगा. So that was a good question to think like that, but there can be multiple solutions for a given impedance matching problem. Somebody was saying something?
Okay, sir, clear.
Okay. Awesome. ओके, तो अभी हमने ये समझा कि शंट एल और सीरीज सी का क्या हुआ, बट इट डजंट हेल्प अस टू नो व्हाट एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू इट विल बी, है ना. वी फाइनलाइज दैट दिस विल बी आवर नेटवर्क, है ना, एंड दिस इज योर व्हाटएवर योर वाई लोड इज, and this is what you are trying to match to 50 ohms. Now how to determine what will be the value of this cap and what will be the value of this inductor? So to determine that, what we will do now, try to follow it. So this, you know, this Y, you need to first sit here and you need to first see what say just name it a point. Say this was point A, this is point B. तो ये Z है, तो इसके सॉरी ये Y है, इसके कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग Z क्या होगा यहाँ पर, Z at A is equal to 1 over 0.6 minus J0.9. तो ये आएगा 1 over this will be 0.5 1 plus J 0.77. ठीक है. अब B का impedance will be how much? Let's try to calculate ZB. यहां से तो Z के लिए यहाँ पे कांस्टेंट R सर्कल पे मूव करेंगे, तो कांस्टेंट R सर्कल in case of ZB, what is the value of that circle? So this was the constant R circle, है ना, हम इसी पे मूव करते हुए आए, तो ZB will be same as the Z of A. तो constant R circle is 0.4, 0.5. So this is 0.5 plus. Now let's try to see what will be the red curve here is this one. This is also J, this is 0.4, this is 0.5. So this will be 0.5 plus J 0.5. ठीक है. तो A से B की जो मूवमेंट है उसमें क्या चेंज हो रहा है, R is same and what is varying is your reactance part, which is changing from 0.77 J to 0.5 J. है ना? And this is, will this be plus or minus? Jaldi. Will this be plus or minus?
Minus.
Very good. So this is changing to minus 0.5 J, है ना? So basically, how much is the total change in the admittance? Total change in admittance at this point, you can calculate, will be minus 0.5 J, B minus A, minus 0.77 J. तो ये कितना हो गया? 7, 5, 12, 7, 5, 0. So this is 7, 7, 5, 12, 1.27 minus J 1.27. So this is the total admittance change when you are moving from here to here, है ना? Total reactance change, sorry, not admittance. And this is what series C. So if it is series C, XC is given by 1 over J 2 pi FC is equal to minus J 1.27. ठीक है, let's multiply J there. J minus गया, तो C is equal to 1 over 2 pi F times 1.27. And frequency was 1 gigahertz. So you can calculate from there, C is equal to 1 over 2 pi, frequency is 1 into 10 to the power 9 into 1.27. ठीक है, तो इसको calculate करो एक बार, कितना आएगा ये? तो let me zoom out little bit. So C will be 10 to the power minus 9, 2 pi 10, so this is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad, which is equal to 2.5 picofarad. So this capacitor value will be 2.5 picofarad. Now next element is shunt. Whenever there is a shunt, convert this Z to Y. So similarly, जैसे 0.5 plus J क्या था, minus J 0.5 था. So let's see how much will be the value of my this reactance at B. तो ये होगा this is Y is equal to 1 circle. Okay, so this is 1 plus a plus hoga because it's Y here, YB, and for the Y we will just take this. So it's almost J1 or 0.99. So this is J1. Now we know at this point, whatever it is, say A, your Z is equal to 1 plus J0, and your Y is also equal to. ठीक है, तो अब from here to here you have a shunt element. So if you have a shunt element, then what will you do? You know your YB, you know your YA. YAB, YA is just 1, right? So from A to B will be 0 minus J1. That will be your total inductance, and that inductance is given by shunt L. Okay, so inductance क्या होता है? XL is equal to J 2 pi FL, right? And this minus J1 is your YL, right? So your Y part of this will be 1 over J 2 pi L is equal to minus J1. ठीक है, तो from here you can calculate J is equal to 1 over 2 pi 1 is 1, and JJ gets cancelled, J square is minus 1, ये चला गया. So your inductance is nothing but 1 over 2 pi into F. F is 1 gigahertz. And also when you are calculating, remember, you know, this is normalized impedance. Don't forget one thing, this is normalized impedance. If it is normalized impedance, you will also have to multiply it by 50. इधर इसीलिए कैपेसिटर के केस में भी 50 से तुमको मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. ये जो तुम्हारा टोटल XC आया था या YC आया था ना, this value has to be multiplied by 50. in the case when you are trying to calculate the impedance or whatever you are calculating. Is case में it was Z, right? This was Z, so Z will be multiplied by 50, so C will be 1 over 2 pi f into 50. This case it's Y है, तो what you will do, you will divide by 50. So technically जो तुम्हारा minus J1 है, this will be divided by 50. So total inductance will be 50 over this, जो भी value आएगा. This will come around 8 nanohenries. So that's how you will know what is the value of cap and what is the value of inductor. Now just to repeat again, when you are moving on constant R circle, you will try to calculate ZA, ZB. The real part will be the same, imaginary part will be the different. You will calculate the difference of the imaginary part. Whatever that difference of the imaginary part it is, let's say it's JX. That JX impedance gets multiplied by 50, and that will be is equal to 1 over J2 pi FC. Okay? When you are moving on now if you have a shunt element, you are moving on a constant conductance circle, you will again do the same thing, this minus this. So whatever that admittance is, say your JC, that JC is normalized. So your absolute admittance will be this, and that will be equal to your whatever the if you are using shuntel, that will be 1 over J omega L. Or better way is just convert this Y to Z so that you don't have any confusion, and then that Z gets multiplied by 50, and that is equal to J omega L for inductance, and then you can calculate what will be the value of inductance. So that's how you will know what are the actual numbers of the cap and the inductor you have to use for the matching network. Is it confusing or clear, or shall I repeat? Clear? If it is not clear, we can take another example, because I know this is you guys are reading it for the first time. It's not easier to understand like this, online it's even harder because we can't see the values. Is it clear or no?
Let's take another example.
एक और एग्जांपल करें क्या?
Yes, sir.
ओके एक्चुअली ना एक और अच्छा आइडिया, अच्छा उसमें तुम पता नहीं लगा पाओगे, बट ओके okay, so let's see if I can find another example. So say टाइम देखते रहना यार, कहीं ऐसा ना हो ना दूसरी क्लास का टाइम शुरू हो जाए.
So half an hour है.
Half an hour है ना. So let's try to do another question, another example, and then say you have now 50 ohms, ठीक है, and we need to do matching. Again मैं तुमको या छोड़ो, मैं तुमको ना मैचिंग नेटवर्क देता हूँ, and the impedance you have to match is 100 minus J100. It's all impedance now. So first question is, what will be the matching network? And if it is whatever LC it is, what will be L, what will be C? So 100 minus J100 है, इसको normalize करा तो this will be 2 minus J2. So let's first try to plot 2 minus J2 on Smith chart. Okay, 2 minus J2, and this is impedance, remember, it's not admittance. Okay, so 2, this is 1, this is 2, तो ये 2 हो गया, and J2 minus है तो 1 यहाँ पर है, and it will increase in this direction because open circuit is direction में, तो J2 है ये वाला, and it's here, this impedance is 2 minus J2. So it is saying you have to match 50 ohm impedance to this point. 50 ohm कहां पर है? यहां पर है. तो बताओ क्या करेंगे? Let's take a pause and let's try to think a bit. से ये C है, ठीक है. तो कैसे जाएंगे? Again we had 4 options: series L, series C, series L, series C, shunt C, shunt L. तो हम 50 ohms से हमको इस इम्पीडेंस पे जाना है. तो हम क्या करेंगे? पहला एलिमेंट क्या होगा? पहले 2 ही ऑप्शन है. अगर मैं 50 ohms पर हूं जैसा कि इसमें था, अगर मुझे मूव करना है तो सीरीज एलिमेंट में लगाऊंगा तो आई विल गो लाइक दिस. सीरीज L, सीरीज C लगाऊंगा तो आई कैन गो लाइक दिस. सो लेट्स टेक एन अजम्पशन दैट मैं सीरीज C लगाता हूं पहला एलिमेंट, बिकॉज मेरे को इस डायरेक्शन में ही जाना है, राइट? तो आई टेक सीरीज C फर्स्ट एलिमेंट. तो I will go on this, okay? But उसके बाद अगर मेरे को ऐसे जाना है, ऐसे, तो can I go or not? Because if I have to move in this direction, I first of all have to figure out whether I am moving on constant C circle or constant G circle. You can't move on both. तो अभी I moved on constant R circle, right? अब constant R के बाद I can keep going on constant R और वो open circuit तक चला जाएगा and then it doesn't help. तो if I have to move from here, I will have to move on constant G circle. अब constant G circle कौन से हैं? ब्लू वाले, दिए वाले. तो इधर एक सर्कल होगा which is not visible to us, which will be like this. Okay. So, oh shoot. Oh man, don't do that. Okay. तो okay. तो did you guys follow? पहला हमने constant फर्स्ट हमने मूव करा इस डायरेक्शन में. इसमें तो कोई डाउट नहीं है. ये पहला एलिमेंट तो हमारा क्लियर हो गया कि दिस इज सीरीज सी. अब बिकॉज आई एम मूविंग ऑन कांस्टेंट आर, नाउ आई एम मूविंग ऑन कांस्टेंट जी सर्कल. और कांस्टेंट जी सर्कल में मैं कौन से डायरेक्शन में जा रहा हूं? आई एम गोइंग एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. इफ आई एम गोइंग एंटी क्लॉकवाइज इट विल बी शंट L. सो दिस इज माई शंट L. And I will meet my this impedance. So technically I can have a series C and I can have a shunt L to match this. कोई ये भी मेरे को बोल सकता था कि हम यहां से ऊपर जाते हैं. Let's think about this. So this I can go series L first element. तो ठीक है, पहला एलिमेंट सीरीज L रखा. अब दूसरा एलिमेंट सीरीज L और शंट तो होना ही होना है. Now you have to move on. If I have to reach here, I can actually come all the way on this Y circle, but that is in an anti-clockwise direction. If it is anti-clockwise direction, ये shunt L, it will be shunt C. So this can be matched both ways. So let's confirm. क्योंकि I am giving this numerical on the fly, so let's try to confirm so that. So this was how much? 50. क्या था? What was our impedance again? 100 minus J100. 100 minus J100. Okay. So let's think about first solution. 50 100 minus J100. तो पहला केस क्या है जो हमने यहां पर करा है? सीरीज C and shunt L. Okay, so series C एंड शंटेल। तो 50 ओम की तरफ से जा रहे हैं, तो जब हम 50 ओम की तरफ से जाएंगे तो पहला एलिमेंट होगा सीरीज सी। तो पहला एलिमेंट हो गया सीरीज सी। दूसरा एलिमेंट क्या है? शंटेल। दूसरा एलिमेंट क्या है? शंटेल। ओके, इट मींस दैट सॉल्यूशन इज राइट। सेकंड ऑप्शन क्या है? हम पहला एलिमेंट लेते हैं सीरीज एल, तो यहां से हम सीरीज एल लेके ऊपर जाते हैं up to here, and then I come down with shunt C. So both answers are right, and in your exams or in your assignments I will try to always give you questions which can have multiple answers. Okay, so now you both options are right. Now let's try to understand how to calculate the values, है ना? तो पहला केस में, फर्स्ट केस, लेट्स सी फर्स्ट केस। सो सी से हम यहां पर आएंगे, लेट्स गिव दिस नेम बी। ओके, सो जी सी क्या है? 1 प्लस 0 जे। वाई सी क्या है? 1 वट एवर, सो एट पॉइंट सी। ओके, अब एट पॉइंट बी व्हाट इज माय जी? आर तो सेम रहा 1, so this is 1 minus this is j 1.8 1.246 1.7 के आसपास है, माइनस j 1.75 से। ठीक है, तो z भी पता है। लेट्स व्हाट इज y b? 1 ओवर दिस, तो कितना हुआ? 1 ओवर 1.75 0.25 प्लस 0.43, तो ये हो गया 0.25 प्लस 0.43। अब तुम आ कैसे रहे हो? सीरीज आ रहे हो, तो इफ यू आर कमिंग इन सीरीज यू विल वरी अबाउट जी, है ना? तो b माइनस सी कितना हुआ? माइनस j 1.75. Okay, and this will be what? This will be equal to series capacitor, है ना? तो minus j 1.75 times 50 is equal to 1 over 2 pi f c, 1 over j 2 pi f c. So j square minus 1, so c is equal to 1 over 2 pi, say 2 gigahertz was your frequency, 2 into 10 to the power 9 into 1.75 times 50. So whatever this value is, that will be the value of your cap. Okay, now you are going shuntel, तो z भी पता लग गया। अब let's see gc, यहाँ पर ये जो पॉइंट है a, ये a है ना, तो let's say what is at a। तो at a z हमको पता है 2 minus j2 था। what will be ya? let's see, ये कौन सा y है? this is 0.2 0.3, this is 0.5, है ना? और ये नीचे वाले क्वाड्रेंट में वो पॉजिटिव होगा, तो 0.25, दिस इज 0.25, और y इसका कितना आ रहा है? 0.4, 0.3, दिस इज द y 0.25, so this y is plus j 0.25. अब because it's shunt you will use y, तो y के लिए क्या करेंगे? a minus b, है ना? a और b को सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देंगे और उसके थ्रू हमें इंडक्टेंस की वैल्यू मिलेगी। तो a माइनस b करेंगे तो क्या हो गया? j 0.25 माइनस व्हाट इज द b माइनस j 0.43, तो दिस इज माइनस j 0.18। ठीक है, ये आ गया तुम्हारा अफेक्टिव, कितना तुम्हारा एडमिटेंस है. ओके, सो नाउ कन्वर्ट दिस y into z. So let's just see 1 over j 0.18. तो दिस इज माइनस 5.5 i, है ना. तो दिस z इज हाउ मच, वो j माइनस हो गया तो j 5.5. तो अगेन j 5.5 times 50 is equal to 2 pi f l. तो l will be nothing but, and j 2 pi f l, j से j cancel हो गया, 50 into 5.5 over 2 pi into 2 into 10 to the power 9. This will be your l. समझ आया नहीं आया? इतना तो मैं खुद कॉलेज में नहीं पढ़ा जितना एफर्ट मैं तुम्हें पढ़ाने में लगा रहा हूँ एक्चुअली. इज इट क्लियर और नो? हेलो?
Sir, I have a doubt.
यस.
Because it's all circular, I think in every circuit there is a possibility of, the series and shunt combination. But how would we know that which is an optimum one to use? Or both are there just correct?
You can use both. Like for example, it's not true for every okay, it's not true that every impedance will have two solutions. Like we were seeing other example where we were not able to, like series L series C is not possible. First, if first element is series, next has to be shunt. Okay, the optimum depends on your choice. So what happens usually when we are doing designs, the value of inductance and capacitor is decided by our supplier. Okay, and when it is decided by our supplier, value of y or z, sometimes you might not be able to get value which you are getting. Like for example, in this case, say you have this some capacitance value 2 picofarad, inductance is 2 nanohenry. So you might not find an inductor of 2 nanohenry, but here this inductor might be say few picohenries. So this might be available for you. So it completely depends on your choice. But usually if there is a series inductor, it has higher loss. So that's why you sometimes try to avoid it. But it's all up to you. You can basically use any of those, doesn't matter. If the values of L and C's are available, you are free to choose it. But most of the times you are limited by the values. क्योंकि अब तुम देख रहे हो ना, यहाँ पे shunt L is giving very less movement. Series C shunt L. So it means both values of C and L will be less. But either L is also high and C is also high because you need a lot of capacitance to come to this point. So that's another way to look at it. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So any other question? I guess it's good for today, man. I'm tired now.
Sir, just one thing. Let me follow the steps you did. आप वाली स्लाइड खोलेंगे एक बार?
स्लाइड या फिर ये?
सर यही जो अभी कर रहे थे.
हाँ बताओ.
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमने 2 minus j2 प्लॉट किया.
Yeah, let's write the steps. Okay. So first step was, Deepak will explain us what were the steps. दीपक, फर्स्ट क्या था? पहले नॉर्मलाइज जी लिया, फिर प्लॉट किया 2 minus j2, है ना?
यस सर.
यहाँ पर आ गया वो अप्रोक्सीमेटली, और हमें वो मैच करना है 50 ओम से, क्योंकि जो क्वेश्चन था उसमें ये 50 ओम है ना?
Yes,
और 2 minus j2 है. ठीक है. अब हम यहाँ से मूव करेंगे तो वी आर मूविंग इन दिस डायरेक्शन. तो पहला एलिमेंट क्या होगा? पहला एलिमेंट आया हमारा सीरीज सी. ठीक है, तो हमें इस इम्पीडेंस पे पहुंचना है, तो हमने मूव किया, उसके बाद हम कांस्टेंट एडमिटेंस सर्कल पे गए क्योंकि हमें इस डायरेक्शन में जाना है, तो एल लिया तो इधर पहुंच गए 2 - j2। फिर कैलकुलेशन करने के लिए एट ईच पॉइंट you write what is z and y, and depending on whether you are moving into series or shunt, you will know whether you are moving through constant r circle pe ho ya constant g circle pe ho. You will use z if you are on series or you are on constant r circle, and if you are on constant g circle you will use y. दोनों को डिफरेंस करोगे, उससे तुमको रिएक्टेंस पता लग जाएगा. Once you know the reactance, you just equate it to j xl or xc, whatever you want to find. तो थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस करो. I will say, again, I will give you these in assignments, but once you practice it, it will be more clear. We can do a couple of more problems in next class. We are not in rush. And also this weekend, I will upload assignment 2, and which will be based on transmission lines and stuff. So एक हफ्ते का मैं आप लोगों को टाइम दूंगा वो फिनिश करने के लिए, and we will go from there. Deepak, is it clear steps, or tell me the step which is not clear to you? Okay, any other question? Any other question? No question? Then good night. I will see you guys on. अच्छा, by the way, तुम्हारा मिड टर्म एग्जाम कब होगा?
15 से है.
15th of this month?
Yes, sir.
So what happens? I don't have to teach in that week, or what happens exactly?
Yes, sir. There are no classes in that week, only exams.
Okay, so next week will be your last class, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so so then I what I have to do is I have to upload assignments by end of the week, so that right before the exam, maybe next Saturday, by next Saturday, that is 13th, give me the assignment back, and then I will have the midterm for the week of 15th. It will be easy midterm, I guess, shouldn't be a problem. And then class resumes again from 22nd, or what? Or you have a break after that?
Sir, it's not basically for the whole week. It usually takes like 3 days or 4 max. So depends. As soon as the exams are over, from the next day class resumes.
Okay, so okay, that's okay then. Okay, and again, midterm exam will be home take away home, right? Like wo ghar wala. You can do exam from home, right? It's not online.
It's online.
It is actually.
Oh, so you guys, so how does it work? Is it like I have to sit and then you guys will do exam for a specific time?
Like usually what happens is in the classroom, teachers just upload the file or the Google form, and they'll be giving us 2 hours, like let's say from 10 to 12 o'clock, the scheduled time, and we write it and we just scan the papers and put it back by 12.
Okay. So basically I will send a question paper, and then it's like an assignment only, but for a fixed time period.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So what I want to do, maybe I will see, I don't want to give Smith chart in the midterm, because it might kill you guys, in 2 hours, because you might not be very comfortable. Or maybe if I do, I will give very basic plotting, or maybe I can give some LC problem. Maybe, yeah, we can give it, because I have already taught you this. So I will try to give you an assignment this week, and maybe for I will see. Your midterm will be a surprise. Let's see. Okay, sounds good. And the midterm date sheet will be available next week, or how does it work, Mansa?
Yeah, maybe next week or by the end of this week. Oh, it's already Friday, so next week. So
Just do me a favor, just remind me that, that date sheet is out, and tell me what time to what time is the exam, because it has to be in your morning, because I go to sleep by, in another hour I will go to sleep. So hopefully it will be in morning. I will convey it to, you can also convey it to Professor Varun.
yeah, and I'll share it with you too.
Okay, sounds good. Also, for the software thing, we need to do a follow-up. I haven't sent that email out, but I will send it out right away today, possibly today or end of this week. Okay. Thanks, guys, and
Thanks.
take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.